Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you're having a wonderful week like always. I will be listening to some Robbie Williams today. Finally, I have been wanting to listen to Robbie Williams for the longest time. I'll be checking out his debut solo album from 1997 called Life Through a Lens. Now, this is his first solo album. He was part of the band Take That, which I originally didn't know. For the longest time, I didn't know he was part of the band Take That. I just always assumed he was a solo artist. And I haven't listened to any Take That albums before. I have heard some of their songs, of course, their most popular hits, but I've never actually sat down and listened to a Take That album, which I definitely want to in the future. Now, looking at the track list, I don't recall hearing any of these songs except for track 4, Angels. I'm pretty sure everyone has heard that song. I remember hearing that song way back when, and I absolutely love it even to this day in 2020. I love that song so much. The other 10 tracks are brand new to me. The album is 53 minutes. And I do apologize for the lighting in this video. The video quality might be a bit grainy. It is really cloudy outside right now. It's actually raining. We might get a thunderstorm. I love thunderstorms. Anyway, I apologize for the lighting in this video. But anyway, let's move on to the album. Track number 1, Lazy Days.
Jolly good.
A jolly good time. Yes, track number 1, Lazy Days. That was epic. I loved it. I loved the production. For me, that was the highlight of the song. The production. It was really good. It just got me... It made me stretch my arms out. I felt like I was floating somewhere up in the sky. It was very euphoric and it was really enjoyable. I am really sorry for the lighting. It's just getting worse and worse. It's literally getting cloudier by the second. It's so dark outside. This lighting is just atrocious. I'm so sorry. I don't know if that did anything. I do have this lamp right here, but what I don't like about using this lamp is it makes everything look orange. I don't like orange lighting. I really do feel like I need to invest in a ring light. Everyone seems to have one, and they work really well from what I see in other videos that people do, so... Leave a comment and tell me where I should find a ring light to buy. I know Amazon is the most logical place to find one and to buy, but if there are other retailers, please let me know in the comments. But anyway, enough of that. Let's move on to track number 2, Life Through a Lens. What is happening? I'm just rocking out to some Robbie Williams. These songs are catchy as hell. Oh my god. Wake up on Sunday morning and everything feels so boring. Is that where it ends? With your life through a lens. And now your boyfriend's suspicious. So go home and wash the dishes. And wash them well so he can't tell. Not only am I enjoying the production on this album, obviously, I'm just constantly rocking out, but I'm actually enjoying the lyrics as well. So now we will move on to track number 3, Ego, A Go-Go. Cover me in your golden shower. Three tracks in and I'm already exhausted. I need to lay down and have a nap. This album is just filled with attitude and sass, and I love it. I am curious to know how old Robbie was when he put out this album. He was born in 1974, so that would have made him 10, 20, 23. And can I also point out how handsome Robbie Williams is, not just in the album artwork and the promotional material for this album, but also even at this age in 2020, as an older gentleman, he still looks, I mean, he's like a fine wine. He is 46 years old, but he doesn't look a day over daddy. Oh my God. Okay, that's a wrap. This video's over. I'm just... I mean, the things I say sometimes, sometimes I just question myself a lot. So now let's move on to track number 4, Angels.
I sit away. There's an angel, and I feel the love is dead. I'm loving angels instead. Down the waterfall, wherever it may take me, I know that life won't break me. When I'm feeling weak and my pain walks down, as the feeling grows, she breathes fresh to my bones. She offers me protection, a lot of love and affection. I'm loving angels instead.
Alrighty, that was track number 4, Angels, and I don't need to tell you how much I adore this song. This song never gets old, in my opinion. I always listen to it, and it's just so beautiful. And whenever I listen to this song, I think of one of my very first self-published novels that I self-published 5 years ago called Fallen Garden. It's about angels, it's a love story, but it's a dark fantasy novel / young adult. And this song inspired some of the moments in my book. As I was writing it, I would play this song, and when I hear this song and I think of parts of my novel, it gets me very emotional, and I cry inside just a little bit. And if you don't believe me, here we have it. Angels. That's my pen name, Jesse Roman. This song inspired me a lot when I was writing this book. But there might be a sequel to Fallen Garden, is there? There most certainly is, called Broken Garden. Now, as I was listening to the song Angels, just like Fallen Garden, this song also inspired parts of this novel as well, and they are available on Amazon, but just be aware that they weren't professionally edited, so there might be grammatical errors in the books and what have you, but I'm still very passionate about them, and they are very much dear to my heart. But anyway, now let's move on to track number 5, South of the Border. Okay, and that was track number 5, South of the Border. And I will say, this has been a very consistent album so far, in my opinion. All the songs sound great. I'm loving the production. I'm just jamming out to Robbie Williams. Track number 5, South of the Border, might be my least favorite song on the album so far. Once again, just like all the other songs on this album, I enjoy reading the lyrics. It goes a little something like this. I know a freaky young lady named of Cocaine Katie. She makes my temperature freeze. She's got a blood red powder. When she gives a shout, she'll bring you to your knees. So the lyrics are quite interesting. I just don't know if this would be a song I would go back to and listen to again. It might be, it's just not one of my favorites on the album. I do feel like this might be one of those songs where if I listen to it a couple more times, it will grow on me. But anyway, let's move on to track number 6, Old Before I Die.
She's taking me places I should never. I hope I'm old before I die. Well, tonight I'm gonna live for today, so come along for the ride. I hope I live to see the day the book is high. I hope I live to relive the days gone by. I hope I'm old before I die.
Okay, and that was track number 6, Old Before I Die. And this song made me feel... I was gonna say it made me feel young all over again. But I still am young. I'm 30 years old, but I still feel young at heart. 30 years old isn't old. I hate it when people say you're 30 now, you're old. 30 years old isn't old. 40 years old isn't even old. I would classify someone as old until they're probably, I don't know, 60. The song is just filled with youthful optimism. I hope I'm old before I die. I hope I live to relive the days gone by. Well, tonight, I'm gonna live for today. Honestly, the song takes me back to high school when, in particular, it's your graduation and you're at your graduation party or wherever, and you're just living in the moment, that one evening. You're just living for tonight. You're just living for today. Just one moment in time, and you have your whole life ahead of you. And this song really is putting my life in perspective, because when I am 40 years old, even 50, even 60 years old, I'm going to be looking back at this very moment in time, talking to you guys. 30 years old in 2020, I'm going to be looking back 30 years ago to this moment at what I was doing and what I was experiencing and what I was going through. Just like how I'm reminiscing about my high school years right now, 10, 12 years ago. I'm going to be reminiscing about this moment 20 and 30 years from now. It's just... I don't want to get old. I wish I could just stay this age forever, honestly. It's so sad. He also says in the song, "These are strange days we're living in." Well, if you thought 1997 had strange days, wait till you reach 2020. He also questions his sexuality. He says, "Am I straight or gay?" And I don't know, I was always a little curious about Robbie Williams' sexuality. He is married. It does say he got married in 2010, 10 years ago, to Ada Field. Now, I could be reaching here, but in 2013, he did put out his 10th studio album called Swings Both Ways, which I think might be a double entendre, which means something that could mean two things at once. Usually depicted in a more sexualized light when someone says, for example, like when someone's eating a hot dog and you say to them, "That's a big sausage you're eating there." Technically, it could be a big sausage they're eating, but we kind of know the double entendre there. That was a horrible example. Oh my god. But anyway, let's move on to track number 7, One of God's Better People.
You're one of God's better people. Now I can't leave this see your favorite man lose himself again and again. Now I can't live this without you. I die without you. You're one of God's better people.
Okay, that was track number 7, One of God's Better People, and this has to be one of my favorite songs on the album so far. I really enjoyed it. I loved the melody, and it was very beautiful. And everybody's going to step aside as you spread your wings, and you will fly and take me to the other side where they know. Because I don't know no more. I just don't know no more. I don't know. Let me love you so. You're one of God's better people, and you don't know. That's why you're special. And I cry so I can talk like this from my downbeat existence. This is a great song, and I really enjoyed it. Can I just point out for a quick second that the sun is finally peeking out through the clouds, and daylight is finally filling my apartment. Oh, I love it. No more doom and gloom, dark clouds to rain on my parade. Anyway, now let's move on to track number 8, Let Me Entertain You. Yes, track number 8, Let Me Entertain You. I am getting a workout today. Oh my god, I am out of breath. This was a great song. Definitely, I'm out of breath. Definitely one of my favorites on the album. This was great, and obviously, I mean, the themes on in this album, youthful rebellion, and I also feel like he's singing about drugs. He does seem to be speaking about angels and God and religion. Another theme on the album that I picked up on is, for example, in this song, he's saying, life's too short for you to die. And this goes back to track number 6, where he says, old before I die. I want to be old before I die. So there is a sense of wanting to live and not die young. And this reminds me of all the rock stars like Kurt Cobain, who died tragically young. And since I brought up the topic of Kurt Cobain, I'm kind of falling down a rabbit hole here. I'm so sorry, but there is something known as the 27 Club, where a lot of infamous musicians through the last, 50 years have died at the age of 27. For multiple reasons, more so because of drug addiction. We have Jim Morrison, Janis Joplin, Brian Jones, and Jimi Hendrix, along with Kurt Cobain, who are all part of the 27 Club. They all died at the age of 27. There's also Amy Winehouse as well, who also died at the age of 27. And what I just said might not have anything to do with the album. I might just be reachy when it comes to me deciphering the lyrics, but he does seem to be alluding to drugs on this album, also bringing up wanting to grow old. He wants to be old before he dies. He doesn't want to die young. So that's leading me to believe that he might have been surrounded by drugs. Maybe he had a lot of friends or acquaintances who did drugs, who were as young as him. At this time, he was 23, like I said earlier in the video. And because I do this a lot in my videos, I'm just a very curious, inquisitive person, so I actually looked into it. It does say Robbie Williams has reportedly battled mental illness, obesity, self-esteem issues, and alcoholism, and substance abuse throughout his life. He has discussed how his friend Elton John booked him into a clinic to cope with his drug use that emerged from the depression he was experiencing while still in Take That. So it looks like he was suffering from depression and a lot of other self-destructive things when he was in Take That. In a 2019 interview on the Jonathan Ross show, he says he really tried to help Elton John. Elton John really tried to help me. In the early days when I was first getting sober, there was a week until I had to go to rehab, and I had 2 vocals to do on my first album, his first solo album, which is Life Through a Lens. One of them was Angels, and one of them was Let Me Entertain You, the song I just finished listening to. I love reading about an artist's history because it really does put an album or their whole discography in perspective for me as I'm listening to it. So now let's move on to track number 9, Killing Me. Okay, and that was track number 9, Killing Me, and this was a very emotional song. I don't mind the abuse. It fills in time when I'm not much use, but it's killing me slowly. And the information I just read to you guys from the interview he did in my own digging on the internet really did put not only this album, but this song into perspective as well. I've been told that love's a celebration, but I've lost faith through frustration, and it's killing me slowly. So let's move on to track number 10, Clean. Okay, and that was track number 10, Clean. This song is pretty self-explanatory. I don't really have to explain it to you guys. There was a time when Crazy Days would start with wine, and now I toe a different line. He also says how, but I'm clean, yeah. Friends with Mr. Sheen, Charlie Sheen, yeah. Don't have to wean myself off of nothing. I'm 2 minutes clean, and that's not very often. He also says here, gonna meet the queen, yeah, she's 2 minutes clean, and that's not very often. I did like the song for the lyrics and the continuation of the story that I'm learning that is Robbie Williams' life. The last track I listened to, Killing Me and Clean, aren't necessarily songs I would go back to all the time. I don't know if they would be songs I would listen to again, but I like them for the story that he's telling in them, like the continuation of what I'm learning about his life. In track number 9, Killing Me, I imagine he is confessing that the drugs, the alcohol, whatever self-destructive influences are affecting his life. I imagine he's now saying they are killing me slowly. And now in track number 10, he is getting help, he is seeking help, he is perhaps getting clean, getting help from his friend Elton John, like I just read. So we have come to the end of the album, ladies and gentlemen. Track number 11, Baby Girl Window, but in brackets, it also says, includes hidden track, Hello Sir.
I've got your emotion, your sunbeam. I know you're happy where you are.
Hello, sir. Remember me? I'm the man you thought I'd never be. The boy who you reduced to tears. The lad called Thingy for 6 whole years. Well, I'm here, and you're still there. With your fake sports car and receding hair. Dodgy Farrow trousers that you think are smart. Married to the woman that teaches art. And who are you to tell me this? The dream I want I'll have to miss. But thanks for the advice, and I'm sure it'll do for the negative dickheads just like you. As for now, I've a different weapon. Stage and screen is about to beckon. And here I sit in first class. Bollocks, sir. Kiss my ass.
Okay, and that was track number 11, A Baby Girl Window. That was absolutely gorgeous. I enjoyed listening to it so much, but it did make me a little emotional. I know a place where heaven breathes, and it's through her window, your baby girl's window. I know you're happy where you are, singing to the moon, talking to the stars, through her window, your baby girl's window. There's finger marks around her soul, but your laughter fills the hole through her window, your baby girl's window. Ugh. And then we finished the album with the hidden track, Hello Sir, which is essentially a poem of Robbie speaking to someone. And initially I thought the poem was about his dad or a close relative or acquaintance, and I looked into it. It's actually about one of his former teachers. And in the poem, he's essentially saying, I'm now the man that you thought I would never be. I'm the boy you reduced to tears, but look at me now. I'm successful. I'm a successful pop artist. I was part of a successful band. And who are you to tell me this? The dream I want, I'll have to miss. And then at the very end, he says, and here I sit in first class. Bullocks, sir, kiss my ass. Definitely a very unexpected way to wrap up the album. And now that I finished listening to the album in full, I really enjoyed it. I loved the story of the album. I really enjoyed the lyrics and learning about Robbie's life and his own personal struggles. It's a very consistent album in my opinion. I loved the production. I was just constantly jamming out and rocking out to Robbie Williams, and I liked almost every single track on this album. I'll go as far as say that I liked every single song, but there are obviously songs I prefer more than others. But quite a few of the songs I would definitely listen to again. They were very enjoyable. And my impression of Robbie is that he is someone who is quite rebellious. He has an attitude. I mean, this album just reeks of rebellion and attitude and sass, and I imagine he has a great personality. I don't really know. I haven't seen many interviews of him or live performances, so I actually don't know how he holds himself and how he talks. So that's definitely something I'm going to have to look into just to learn more about his personality. So what did you guys think of the album? How does this album rank compared to the rest of his albums in his discography, the albums that are to come in his career? And how does his solo career compare to the career he had when he was in Take That? And officially, I think that's all I wanted to say. I definitely want to check out more Robbie Williams albums in the future. So thanks for watching, guys. You can find me on Instagram, you can find me on Twitter, you can message me, you can tell me other artists I should check out. I'm open to any artists from any decade. You can find me on Apple Music, you can check out my playlist, and so on and so forth. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Take care.